The past is never dead. It's not even past. You cannot swim for new horizons until you have courage to lose sight of the shore. The only thing worth writing about is the human heart in conflict with itself. The man who removes a mountain begins by carrying away small stones. Don't bother just to be better than your contemporaries or predecessors. Try to be better than yourself. Given a choice between grief and nothing, I'd choose grief. Memory believes before knowing remembers. I never know what I think about something until I read what I have written on it. The problem with the mind is that it forgets things it should remember and remembers things it should forget. I decline to accept the end of man. An artist is a creature driven by demons. When you get to my age, you'll find that the only things you regret are the things you didn't do. I'm not a writer. I'm a recounter of events. To live anywhere in the world today and be against equality because of race or color is like living in Alaska and being against snow. Never be afraid to raise your voice for honesty and truth and compassion against injustice and lying and greed. If people all over the world would do this, it would change the earth. The best way to avoid being called a liar is to always tell the truth. There is no such thing as was only is. Time is a fluid condition which has no existence except in the momentary avatars of individual people. There is no such thing as was, and there is no such thing as will be. There is only the is which is always changing. A mule will labor 10 years willingly and patiently for you, for the privilege of kicking you once. All good writing is swimming under water and holding your breath. It's not what you write that counts, it's what you don't write. Luck is not chance, it's toil. Fortune's expensive smile is earned. To understand the world, you must first understand a place like Mississippi. It's not enough to be able to write beautifully, one must also be able to tell the truth. The artist is of no importance. Only what he creates is important. How often have I lain beneath rain on a strange roof, thinking of home? There is no such thing as a moral or an immoral book. Books are well written or badly written. Civilization begins with distillation. The only security for the American people today, or for any people, is to be found through the control of force rather than the use of force. I'm trying to say it with colors. I'm trying to say it as if I have never seen it before. The aim of every artist is to arrest motion, which is life, by artificial means and hold it fixed so that 100 years later, when a stranger looks at it, it moves again since it is life. Always dream and shoot higher than you know you can do. Don't bother just to be better than your contemporaries or predecessors. Try to be better than yourself. How often have I lain beneath rain on a strange roof, thinking of home? No man ever knows what he is saying when he is being himself. People need trouble, a little frustration to sharpen the spirit on, toughen it. An artist is a creature driven by demons. He doesn't know why they choose him, and he is usually too busy to wonder why. The poet's voice need not merely be the record of man, it can be one of the props, the pillars to help him endure and prevail. I like to write when I feel spiteful. It's like having a good sneeze. The best fiction is far more true than any journalism. I believe that man will not merely endure, he will prevail. If a story is in you, it has got to come out. Peace, dignity, and gentle hearts. Where do you go when the world goes mad? The end of wisdom is to dream high enough to lose the dream in the seeking of it. The only thing worth living for is the ability to love. The world is changing, I feel it in the water, I feel it in the earth, and I smell it in the air. The saddest thing about love, Joe, is that not only the love cannot last forever, but even the heartbreak is soon forgotten. I don't write because I want to, I write because I have to. I have found that a story can be so movingly written that it has life, beauty, and a meaning of its own that it becomes, in fact, a portion of our living experience. There is no such thing as dead languages, only dormant minds. The voice of the sea is seductive, never ceasing, whispering, clamoring, murmuring, inviting the soul to wander for a spell in abysses of solitude, to lose itself in mazes of inward contemplation. The artist doesn't have time to listen to the critics. The ones who want to be writers read the reviews, the ones who want to write don't have the time to read reviews. It is better to be young in your failures than old in your successes. I feel like a wet seed wild in the hot blind earth. I am immortal, or at least I will be until I die. Only the free mind knows what love is. The writer's only responsibility is to his art. He will be completely ruthless if he is a good one. He has a dream. It anguishes him so much he must get rid of it. He has no peace until then. Everything goes by the board, honor, pride, decency, security, happiness, all, to get the book written. If a writer has to rob his mother, he will not hesitate. The wood on a Grecian urn is worth any number of old ladies. People have to talk about something just to keep their voice boxes in working order, so they'll have good voice boxes in case there is ever anything really meaningful to say. There is something about jumping a horse over a fence, something that makes you feel good. Perhaps it's the risk, the gamble. In any event, it's a thing I need. I believe that life has a way of testing a person's will, either by having nothing happen at all, or by having everything happen at once. Don't bother just to be better than your contemporaries or predecessors. Try to be better than yourself.